I want you to think back to when we very first started talking about logarithms. I told you that logarithms and exponents were really closely related. And I told you how they were related. Do you remember how logarithms and exponents are related? That's what we guessed, right? So that was a good guess. How are logarithms and exponents related? They are inverses. Very good. They are inverses of each other, okay? And remember, I told you at the time that that would come into play at some point, right? Well, that day is today, all right? So I've got some notes written out for you, okay? I want you to copy the things, excuse me, that I have for you, because what we're going to do is I'm going to show you an exponential rule that you already know, and then I'm going to show you how closely related that is into logarithms, and how you actually already know how to do it, you just don't know it yet. Fair enough? Okay, so this is an exponential rule that we've already talked about. X to the fourth times x to the fifth. If we're multiplying like bases, what do we do to the exponents? We add them, right? So we get x to the ninth, right? X to the ninth. Well, what's happening inside this logarithm? I'm multiplying, right? Now, first of all, let me make sure you understand what the directions are going to say. The directions are going to say expand this logarithm. Okay? If it says expand this logarithm, we want to take everything that's being multiplied inside, and what do we want to do to it? Yeah, add it. So for every term that's inside, I'm going to have the word log written for that term. So this is going to look like log base. Oh, I don't have any base. Wait, do I have a base? Oh, 10, right? 10. Okay, but I don't have to write it. So I have log of 2 plus log of x. And then I'm done. If all my directions say or expand, I am done. And then I go on to the next example, right? Log of 4xy. My directions are expand. What do you think I'm going to do? How many terms are there here? 3. So how many times do I have to write the word log? 3. Log of 4 plus log of x plus log of y. Done. Why do I have log written 3 times? Because of my directions, right? I'm expanding. Why do I have a plus sign in between them? Because they're being multiplied. That's exactly right. Okay? So, look back at this property that we did when we did exponents. When I was dividing like bases, what did I do with the exponents? Subtract it. So I got x to the third, right? So what do you think is going to happen if I have a problem like this? And my directions are expand. What do you think that's going to look like? Log of 2, okay, minus log of x. Is that logical? If I'm dividing like bases, I subtract the exponents. If I'm dividing inside of a log and I'm asked to expand, I subtract them. Easy or difficult? Okay. What about this problem? Oh. What do you think? How should I start it? Log of 3. Oh, plus. Why plus? Oh, because they're being multiplied. Okay. Plus log of x minus. Uh-oh. What am I going to do? Log of 4. Okay, so here's my problem. what's being divided? The 4 and the y, right? So if I put plus right here, it can get really confusing. So I'm going to make it very clear that everything after that minus is what's being divided. Does that make sense? And then I can put plus log of y. Would it also work if I wrote log of 3 plus log of x minus log of 4 minus log of y? Would that mean the same thing? Why? Oh, because I could distribute the negative? Like if this was a negative 1 right here, I could distribute it to each term. Wouldn't it look like this? So this means the same as this. Okay? But do you see how this one is pretty clearer? It's easier to see that this is what's being divided by. Okay? Questions? Okay so far? Then let's look at this exponential property. X to the 4th raised to the 3rd. What did we do when we had a exponent being raised to an exponent? Good guess. We multiply, right? What's 4 times 3? X to the 12th. So when I had a power to a power, I multiplied. Okay? So here's what the problem is going to look like. Okay, so first of all, does that look like a problem? Or does it look like it's already done? But here's the deal. It has a power. This power has to become a what? Multiplier. So I'm going to bring it down in front, and it's going to become a multiplier. So the way that we expand this is just by bringing that exponent down in front as a multiplier. Does that make sense? Now it's only going to come down in front of what it's a power of. Okay? For example, if you have this sort of question, what am I going to write first? Do I write log of 4 or do I write 2 log of 4? Or 3 log of 4? Just log of 4, right? Because is 4 being raised to an exponent? No. So I write log of 4. That takes care of that first term. What's happening with the second term? It has a multiplier, doesn't it? So plus 2 log of x. And then? Perfect. Plus 3 log of y. Because that is the exponent on the y. So is everybody clear why I don't have a multiplier in front of log 4? Because it doesn't have an exponent. Very good. Very good. Okay? Any questions on that? So what about this one? If I haven't shown you a new exponential property, I'm probably still going off the last one, aren't I? Is there a way I could rewrite this? This is the same as log of x to the 1/2 power. Absolutely. And I know now that I'm not supposed to have an exponent inside of a log, right? So where does that exponent go? Yeah, and to the front it becomes a multiplier. 1/2 log of x. Any questions? So let's do this ugly, messy one right here. You think we can? Okay, what goes first? Wait, how is this different? Is this one different? It has a base? Did I have a base before? Oh, I did? What was it before? It was 10, right? I just didn't write it because I don't have to. It's the common log, so I don't have to write the base, but we know the base was 10, right? Okay, but this one has a base of 4, so what do I just have to make sure to do? Yeah, write log base 4 each time I write a log. Okay? So let's start. What's first? Log base 4 of 3 plus or minus? Plus 5 log base 4 of x. Can I do this in my head, or do I need to write some notes down? Okay. Well, isn't that really y to the 1/2 power? I can do that. So what do I write next? Plus 1/2 log base 4 of y minus log base 4 of 5. Done. Easy or hard? Okay. So that's the first half of the lesson. The second half is way easier, especially if you understand the first half. Because guess what happens in the second half? We start here and go backwards. Now my directions are not expand. Now my directions are condense.
Whoa.
If I'm condensing, how many times am I writing the word log? Once. Log base 4 of what? 3x. Oh, y to the 5th. Because when we're condensing, this comes back up as an exponent on that y, doesn't it? Okay, we're done with that problem. Any questions about it? Okay, what about this one? So I know I got to write log once. So I'll go ahead and write it. Log of what? Of what? 16. Why do you want me to write 16? There's no 16 in this problem. Oh, because you want 4 squared? And you did the math in your head? Nice job. 16. Everybody see where that came from, yes? This became an exponent on the 4, and she could tell that 4 squared was 16. Now, can you go ahead and write 4 squared? Yeah, but when you you have to do one more step and write 16 because you know what 4 squared is. Okay? Of what? Log of 16, z over 7. Do I know what 16 divided by 7 is? No. Do I need to go get a decimal? No. This is perfectly fine, isn't it? Okay. Ooh, this one must be much harder because it's a different kind of log, right? Oh, it's not? Natural log of what? X? Y squared over, oh yeah, minus, right? So over z to the 7th. So we have another minus, so we draw another over and then w to the 8th, right? Oh no? Those are both in the denominator? Okay. W to the 8th. Questions so far? Which one's easier, condensing or expanding? Both of them? Okay, I'm okay with that. All right, last one. What do you think? Courtney's giving me a strange look. Why is she giving me a strange look? So if I started writing log, I'd have to decide what base to use. Except, they're all different. So guess what? I'm done. That's all I can do. If the log bases are different, I can't do anything. Questions?